Hello everybody, and I want to welcome you all back to The Legend of Zelda the Wind Waker. In the last video, our birthday was rudely interrupted by a girl getting dropped into the forest over there, and we have to find out how to save her because we just can't leave that poor girl to die. And if we talk to Ariel, she is very worried about us and the girl as well, and she'll tell us we need something to fight the bird off with if the bird happens to be in the forest, which doesn't make sense because the bird kind of flew away when it got decked in the face. But anywho, the big point there was that we have to go find something to defend ourselves with. Being that we don't have a sword or a stick or anything, we have to go find somebody on this island who knows a thing or two about the defensive arts. And most of these people, if you talk to them, they'll give you different sorts of information, but the person we want to talk to is actually over in this house. Hoy, Link, press L right there and use A to try to talk to me. You don't really need to do this. This is kind of just a throwback to Ocarina of Time. He's just telling you about, instead of Z targeting, it's L targeting. In this game, you use L to target objects or enemies or anything that you'd like to get a better target on. So he's inviting us to his room, but again, we really don't need to see him. He really has nothing interesting to say. We are, however, going to go into this door right here. And we're going to talk to this old man right here. Oh, what is the matter, Link? You have an urgent look about you. Has something happened? Whatever it is, from the look on your face, I suspect it to be no laughing matter. What say you, Link? Ah, have you come for some serious instruction in the way of the sword? Yes, sir. So this is Orca. Your grandma had talked about him when you went in to go get your hero's clothes. And he's the only person on the island who knows a thing or two about swordsmanship. So, very good. Your first lesson shall be the horizontal slice. Face me and press B. Do not fear my safety. I am ready for you. So you're going to have to do exactly what he says. Just a few times in a row. So this is just pressing B, nothing on your control stick or anything like that. Very good. Next is the vertical slice. Hold L to target me, then press B. So this is targeting with B. And if you do it wrong, he will yell at you and hit you with his stick. So very good. Next is the thrust. L target, then tilt your control stick forward and press B. Okay, this is kind of annoying, I find, but I just hate having to hold a bunch of different buttons at once, but it's not too difficult. Next is the spin attack. Hold B briefly to build up your strength, then release it or rotate. I'm really bad at the rotating, so I usually just hold it down. I don't know why I'm awful at spinning the control stick and letting go of B. It's something that I have to practice at. With this one, you just wait until that little symbol comes up. Sorry about that, I didn't mean to scroll past that. And again, L target and watch closely for A. So that's all you gotta do here is just keep an eye on him, and when that symbol comes up right where your jump button should be, press A, and it'll do like a parry attack. Very good. Now finally the jump attack. Draw your sword, L target, and press A. Okay. There we go. Come at me once more, so take your distance, and there we go. That was a fine display. So Link is pretty good with a sword, and yet I sense a certain anxiousness in the sword you hold, an eagerness that goes far beyond the mere desire to be wielded on the fields of battle. I do not know what has happened, but I have faith in you. Somehow I doubt you will misuse that sword. You may have it, Link. I give it freely. Take the blade with you. Aw, well, thank you, Orca. He's a nice old man. You accept the hero's sword, wield it with B. Use it wisely and carefully. You don't want to let down the kind old man who has entrusted it to you. Since the olden days, this sword has been used to fend off evil. Its blade is infused with the desire to become strong and righteous. Be strong, Link. Well, thank you, sir. He's like your sensei. So, now we have a weapon. You use B to swing, or A, or, you know, whatever you want to use it for, like that, or, you know, whatever. You can put it away, and it just sits on your back. I think it looks a little funny when you're not wearing a tunic, because I don't know. I wonder how it hangs there. Anyways. With the tunic, I always thought it kind of just was like wrapped around on the inside or something, but I don't really see how you would hang it with pajamas, but anywho. Video games aren't supposed to have logic, so I'm not going to question any kind of logic. Now that we have our sword, there's a few things we can do, really, before we go on. If you want to collect some rupees, you can, of course, go along and cut grass or anything if you'd like. Or this here, for example, you can cut these trees down. And there's a yellow rupee here for 10. Here you can destroy pots. You could destroy them before by picking them up and throwing them, but using your sword is a lot easier and a lot funner. You don't always get rupees or anything, but if you feel like rupee grinding, go ahead. These trees we weren't able to do anything with them before. Now we can cut them down, so that's always a good thing. I guess I haven't really gone into any of these houses because I just haven't really found it too necessary. Nobody really gives you any super helpful advice. Oh, Link, you look cute as a bug in that outfit. I suppose I should congratulate you on your birthday, shouldn't I? Yes, you should. Well, to tell the truth, I could congratulate myself, too. We just finished building our little hutch and paddock today. Isn't it a delightful addition to the place? I was actually thinking of getting a pet and keeping it here. The boys would really like that, I'm sure. Boys love pets. I wonder what kind of animal we should get. What do kids like these days? Listen, dearie, if you see any good pets around, be a lamb and just bring one here. If you do, I'll give you a little reward. Oh, but we won't tell your grandma about it, will we? Well, it's my birthday, so you should give me a present. And I don't remember if it's her house or it's someone else's house, but you can get a rupee or a few rupees in one of these houses by crawling underneath the bed. I don't think it's their house, because I don't see it. Nope, that's too small for Link to fit under. There's nothing up there. Nope. You can break their dishes and stuff, though, if you want to just be really mean. I don't see why you would want to do that. She will give you money, though, if you come back and you bring her a pet. So any pet-like animal you see wandering around, you can pick up for her, like a pig, for example. I don't know who'd want a pet pig. I think pigs are probably more like farm animals that you eat. Sorry to all my vegetarian viewers out there, but I am not. Let's see. If you want to be really sneaky, you can try to sneak up behind him and grab him. I'm awful at this. I am so terrible. And the thing about the pigs, too, is they'll go off the edge just to evade you. They somehow just know you're going to grab them. But anyways, you are looking for pigs for that lady if you do want to pick some up for her. What was that noise? It was awful. You better return home quickly. A sound like that could only mean trouble. You know what I'd do if trouble came my way? I'd throw rocks to fight it off. You could handle that, couldn't you? It's easy. Just stand in front of a rock and press A to lift it. So she's just telling you how to throw rocks, which is simple. And a bird that big, lady, I don't think you would be able to just throw a rock at it. Unless it was a big boulder like the one that the pirate ship had thrown using its cannon. I'm gonna get you, pig. Come here. I'm really bad at this. What you're trying to do is you're trying to basically scoop up the pig like that. Trying to grab it. And there's several pigs on the island, but she just asked for one, so let's just bring her one pig. And we'll see what she says. See what kind of good birthday present we'll get out of it. Why, did you bring that little piglet all the way over here just for me? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I've been thinking of getting a pet pig for a while now. The boys will be so happy when they get home. You sweetie. Okay, Link, hold out your hand. This is your reward. Don't spend it all in one place. So again, you can do a little bit of rupee grinding here as well if you want to do this little side quest for her. Why, this little darling is cute as a button. You know, it's so cute that I wouldn't mind having even more of them. So one isn't enough for this lady. She's gonna ask you to pick up more pigs. So I do believe there's 3 in total. There's a pink one, that black one, and then a pink one with black spots. So they're all kind of, if you put them all together, they all kind of combine to make different colors. So this one is still down here, being annoying as all. He was almost in the water too. That would have been such an easy opportunity to grab him because they're slower when they're in the water, but they will also try to float away from you as well, which is kind of funny. I don't think pigs could float or swim, or at least, you know, not to my knowledge they could. So again, this is optional, but I would recommend doing this. You get good rupees, a good amount of rupees for it before you leave on your adventure, and it'll be helpful later on in the game. Did you bring me another piglet? Oh, were you all worried about this little guy would get lonely hanging inside the fence all by himself? That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard. Thank you so much for bringing us yet another family member. Here's a little something for you. And she's gonna give us another 20 rupees. If you find any other little piggies, you know where to bring them. So there's just one more to grab, and he's actually on the other side of the island. He's over here. You can actually, wasn't so you can actually see him, but I think that's a rock. I don't think that's a pig. It's a rock, because this is another, I think it's the pink and black one. And that little kid is going to follow you around once you come to this side, which is really annoying because he's got like snot hanging out of his nose, and like nobody wants to be hanging out with a snot-nosed kid. And this grass here, it's kind of like in the Cockery Forest where the kids are doing chores in front of the houses. He's basically going to want your help to cut down all this grass, and you can take all the rupees in here that you find. So eat your heart out if you want to pick up more rupees in here. And this is the final piggy, so let's get this guy here. Where are you? Come over here. Not messing around. I'm wasting so much video time trying to get these piggies. But I wanted to get this done out of the way first before we go on with storyline stuff. I always love how video games will do that, where they'll tell you, oh, this is so urgent and you have to do this. But yet you're allowed to fool around and do nothing, and things will never change. I mean, that girl's in the forest, but she'll be fine. We could sit here for 100 hours of video game time and nothing would change, so I'm sure everybody knows that. That's just what pretty much every video game is like. So, no hurries. I want this to be a complete playthrough this time around, but I also want it to be fun and very laid back as well, so we'll just take our time. Oh, look at this one. You sure do know where to find the cutest pigs on the whole great sea. Hey, oinker, oink, oink. Oh, now things will be ever so much more lively in the pen. It'll be like a big pig jamboree in there. Thank you so much. Oh, that's right. I can't let you leave without giving you a present. Happy birthday, Link. So we got a total of 60 rupees out of her, which is enough to fill up our wallet pretty much. I guess I'd better think up some names for these little oinky winkies, huh? I gave her a stupid voice because she just kind of sounds really dopey to me. But anyways, that's kind of the only, I guess, quote-unquote little side questing thing on this island. Other people you talk to will give you little hints, you know, like this guy up here was telling us about L targeting, this lady over here was telling us about picking up rocks and throwing them, and things like that. It is the first area in the game, so they are going to give you hints. This guy would give you hints about crouching, I think. What you need to do is open your heart to them. Yeah, hold R and then crawl, and I already showed you crawling, obviously, because we went underneath our grandma's house. He was just going to show you how to do that, but we went there already, so now that our wallet's full and we've pretty much done what we can on this island for the time being, I think we're going to start heading up towards the mountain. Although in this house, you can see you can crawl under here and you can get a few green, or you can get one green rupee, which isn't worth it because you can just cut down some grass and get that rupee anyways. But I think in this house you can go in here and you can get some rupees that are underneath the bed. Yeah. Is it again only 1 rupee, or is there something else in here? Oh, there's another treasure chest in here. I'm not gonna open it up though right now. What I am gonna do though is I'm gonna end off this video here because we're getting a little bit up here in video time, and in the next video we're actually going to maybe make a little bit of progress, because we've pretty much done, like I said, we've pretty much done everything that we can on Outset in terms of any little extra side questing details. We got our sword, so we're going to be able to defend ourselves as we go and we play the hero, and we can hopefully find out what happened to that girl, and hopefully she's gonna be okay. So I'll meet you guys here in the next video. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you later.